Well, welcome to the National Stadium here in Singapore. We've just seen some marvellous goals there in that introduction clip. We saw the winning goal there from Michael Thomas when Liverpool were downed in the 88-89 season. That was the final one. Then Kim Joo-sung from South Korea really came in with some fabulous skills there. We've got a good crowd here at the National Stadium for this first Caltex Cup clash. Arsenal, the 1988-89 champions of England, against South Korea, the champions of Asia. The South Koreans on their way, of course, to the World Cup next month. There's a fabulous amount of interest. It's Asia versus the home of football, England. And let's just have a look now at this Arsenal squad. A lot of people said we wouldn't manage to bring them out, but we've got them there. Look, there's the England players, Lee Dixon on the right, and there's Tony Adams right in front of screen there with John Lukic. In fact, they are the heroes of the Arsenal team this year. They've done a fabulous job. And in fact, George Graham, the manager, has said that they were the best of the season so far. There you can see Lukic in goal, Lee Dixon at right back. We've got O'Leary and Tony Adams in the middle of the defence. Nigel Winterburn on the left flank. Rocastle, Thomas, Davis and Groves in the middle of the field. And up front, the strikers there, Campbell, Kevin Campbell and Alan Smith, who's been called up into the England squad. So a really formidable squad there from Arsenal. And they're going to be playing in their red strip, white shorts. They're going to be going left to right on your screens. And the South Korean team, and there he is, the man of the moment in Asia, Kim Joo-sung, number 16, with the flowing locks and certainly the flowing style. He's a man with style. He's the favourite here amongst the crowd, with all the Koreans visiting, working here, and of course back in his home country is very much a hero. Let's just see whether or not Joo-sung can make the difference here. A couple of injury problems with the South Koreans in all their lead-up matches. They had a trip across to Malta, they played in Iraq and Egypt, and they had a few injury problems playing on the 2nd and 5th of May. But there you go, in goal, Choi Yin-yong. At the back, we've got Gu Sang-bum, Song Yong-ruk, Park Kyung-hoon and Yoon Jok-yo. There's the back four. Then they've got two in midfield, Chung Hai-won, Hong Myung-bo, and up front they play the four-man up front with the left winger Kim Joo-sung, Byung Byung-ju, number 11, Hwan Seong-hong, 18, and Lee Yong-jin, 22. It shows that the Koreans are certainly looking at their attack. And here we have the official, Mr. Kunlun, the referee, just about to start, and there it is, the opening of the Caltex Cup 1990 here at the National Stadium. Dixon playing it down wide. Rocastle, and now the Koreans holding it up there. That was Young-jin. Rocastle once more. Outside him, Alan Smith was, well, it was aimed for him, he didn't pick it up. And the South Koreans now pushing forward. Dixon right back there, and Lukic with his first touch of the ball. Let me introduce you now to Brian Richmond, who's going to be my co-commentator here this evening.
Thank you very much, John, and I'm sure you did a lot of work in helping to bring these two teams together here. A chance for our local fans to see firsthand some of the best British footballers in South Korea, who could very well turn out to be the surprise package in Italy, just like North Korea in the 1966 World Cup in England. What a prospect of a game that we have here today. Reputable English league side Arsenal and the giants of Asian soccer, South Korea.
And there you are, Dixon with Joo-sung. That will be the main match, I think, today, because Lee Dixon has been playing a fabulous season. He's had a great time with Arsenal, and against him, Joo-sung, way back in defence here at the moment, unusual. We would normally see him roving forward. Rocastle then slips his man, gets a good cross in. Picked out there by Jung-rok, and now Joo-sung again, playing it inside. That's a lovely little ball. Good work there. Forward to Young-jin, and nicely taken out, but still going. That was Winterburn. Michael Thomas plays it, leaves it back Winterburn. No way forward, tries to go back, but that's intercepted. Seong-hoon. And the first free kick given to South Korea. Perry Groves, number 11. This one, number 22 is Young Jin. And out to Ju Sung. Always gets a good lift from the crowd. It's Dixon against Ju Sung. Dixon wins that little battle. Winterburn. And good interception. A little bit slow there and coming forward beautifully. But out of play for a goal kick. That was Kyung-hoon who intercepted.
Well, South Korea will have the advantage of having played here in the Asian Zone World Cup qualifying round, while Arsenal will be handicapped somewhat by the weather and jet lag.
Well, certainly that is a factor. There is an element of jet lag, although I've got it on good authority. I've been staying with those boys at the Westin Stamford, and that they had a good night's sleep on the on the Sunday night. They arrived here Monday, and they're fairly happy that they've had enough rest, but certainly the heat and humidity is something they're not altogether familiar with, although they've had a very, very bright April and hitherto May in England. The temperatures are one thing, but the humidity is another. Let's get back into the action, and Dixon now plays it back to Lukic as Tony Adams there is looking to clear it. There's really, physically, there he is, the man with the ball. Tony Adams is big boy, towers above the opposition, and there Alan Smith attempting to get the ball. Nice little flick there inside to Seong-hoon. Coming out wide here is Byung-ju. Byung-ju crosses it in, and a little bit of a mistake there. That was Adams. But the ball was kept in play, and now Perry Groves brings it forward. Paul Davies. And it's a little bit of a cat and mouse game at the moment. The opening exchanges, certainly the rush there. We can see South Korean bench, and that's Lee Ho-taek, the head coach. Leon says the referee, good skills. Oh, Rocastle eventually robbed. Now he chases back. Tackle from the back was deemed to be unfair. There he is, David Rocastle, born in Lewisham, 2nd of May 1967. Joined Arsenal as a trainee. In fact, there are many Arsenal-made players here. He's had 130 appearances for Arsenal, scored 26 goals, and he's got 7 England caps, under 21 caps he's got 14, and there Lee Dixon. He's another England star. And out of play, goal kick. Ju Sung, there he is, the striker called Little Samson. Now, apparently it's because of the long hair, supposed to give him strength. Most valuable player for 1989, the International Federation of Football and History and Statistics tells us. And Lukic goes way out of his area to punt that ball forward. Arsenal playing the waiting game at the moment. Rocastle in possession. Campbell out of play. Career ball. Leary, Rocastle, Dixon. There's a lot of crowding in midfield there, looking for the offside trap. Well, it's certainly cat and mouse at the moment as Myung-bu moves it wide. Now Perry Groves, Smith, Winterburn. Perry Groves moves forward again and he's onside. Chances here, Campbell's on the far post. Oh, it came on the ground, it should have been perhaps in the air. Smith again, Smith, and goalkeeper Choi In-young picks it up quite easily. That ball could have been floated and posed much more of a problem there.
Arsenal had that offside trap beaten very nicely. He checked himself, then he went forward again, and they managed to break along the flanks there.
I think that's going to be the danger in this Korean defence. Onside, and here's a chance for Campbell. He's got his man. Well, in fact, it is a handball. The goalkeeper came way outside the box there. It's going to be taken quickly. Oh, it's going to have to be taken back. In-young trying to play silly boys. Let's just have a look at this one. Oh, Campbell got into a good position. It was a nice ball out of the goal. In fact, way outside the box, and the first free kick in a dangerous position on the ball at the moment is Paul Davis. Winterburn, this ball might be played off. Terry Groves in the wall as well. The shot, oh, and that was well struck and well taken, well read by In-young. Let's have a look once more. Good shot from Dixon. Whoa, that was on target. Outside is Shin Hong, and the free kick.
Mickey, get a straight thing.
Free kick to South Korea, way out on the right, floated in, up with the heads, and it'll be a throw-in. It's David O'Leary who cleared the danger there. 2 or 3 inches taller than his opposite number. Now he comes in, looking for some support, gets it with Dixon out wide, and Lukic will probably pick this up. No, well, Jusung doesn't challenge, so Dixon will pick it up on his own. O'Leary's out on the right, and in fact Lukic opts for the punt upfield. Oh, look at this. Forward, hoists it high, looking for Smith, up for the challenge. Smith does well. Campbell lays off, Groves comes in. Davis mixing it. Rocastle again, turns well, beautifully laid off to Smith. Smith working hard again to try and win that ball. Arsenal win a throw. Well, certainly, once they get inside that box, they're posing a lot of problems here for the South Korean team. There, Alan Smith goes away. On the near post, it could be aimed for Smith and then a tip off the back, but it doesn't happen that way. Up goes Tony Adams. We're going to see Rocastle leans back on that one and balloons it over the top.
Well, you can see the determination of the Korean defense here as they try to keep the Arsenal strikers at bay, and Arsenal in the meantime trying to string their game together and penetrate this very tight Korean defense.
And a good interception. Now we see a break perhaps. Well, Campbell loses out to Haiwon. Haiwon just a little bit too strong. Back in defence is Hyung Bo. Now with Sangbo, but easily taken out by O'Leary. Good ball. Now the first run. A little bit of freedom out here for Rocastle. Takes it in well. Oh, and a goal! And that really was a defensive error, really, because that ball didn't look to be a dangerous one. It should have been taken out there by Myung Bo, but Alan Smith takes his opportunities well, slips it in. Rocastle found a bit of space for the first time, and inside to Alan Smith, who says thank you very much indeed. Arsenal 1, South Korea 0. Rocastle finds space for the first time.
Well, it all began with O'Leary's pass to Rocastle on the flanks, and a very calculated pass there to Smith to finish off, to give Arsenal the lead after about half an hour of play.
Yeah, just a little bit more, Brian. It was 32 minutes of the first half, and that really was classic Arsenal attack. the first time they'd found a bit of space, Rocastle's pass was absolutely perfectly measured, although I gave Hong Myung-bo a little bit of a criticism there for not cutting it out. It was, in fact, he was stretching hard, and Smith's run was just perfectly timed. He didn't control it, he just stuck it away. Fabulous controlled professional play from the Arsenal team. And Winterburn there puts it out of play for the first corner to South Korea.
Well, that goal, I'm sure, will sting the Koreans into trying to get themselves back into the game now.
Rocastle being spoken to by the referee, Mr. Quinlan. I don't know what he said, but an in-swinger there to the near, well, in fact, it was going to be to the near post. Corner again. That was taken out by Michael Thomas. Ju Sung there coming towards the ball. Lee Dixon says, I got 11. That's Byun Byung-ju. And you can hear them talking to one another there. They were trying to work out the combinations. They haven't had chance to study any of the Korean play. So, the third corner, this time from the other side. There's David O'Leary walking towards the camera. Paul Davis just in the background, and Perry Groves on the goalkeeper's box. And just hear the chat.
Well, with the help of our ground microphones, you can hear the conversation going on the pitch there.
And Polached out of play, and it's going to be the first stoppage. Gary Lewin, the physio, coming across. And the Arsenal players also coming to take a break. But that looked like Paul Davis was put down there. That piece of play, Rocastle takes water.
And credit as well to Rocastle for that beautiful curving pass to Smith to finish off giving Arsenal that well-deserved lead in the 32nd minute of play.
Yes, it was stylish. It was stylish. Paul, yeah, there we are. There you go, George Graham, very vocal. We've seen him on Match of the Day. We've seen him in the FA Cup. Road to Wembley. They lost to Queen's Park Rangers, of course. There's Theo Foley, his right-hand man, literally. And there's Leonard Sash on the left of George Graham. They certainly take this seriously. And we're now going to be back. Yes, in fact, Paul Davis got to his feet there. He needed a couple of minutes. He was certainly winded. Took a nasty blow in the tummy. Perry Groves. Arsenal will be quite happy that they've taken advantage of the main opportunity, the one opportunity they've had, and that's the name of the game, of course. You've got to take the chances when they come. South Koreans, an unknown quantity to them, and they're trying now to just tempt the Koreans forward. They're just holding the ball. They're saying, right, you want it, you want to win, you've got to come and get it. These natty little underpants the goalkeepers of today wearing, they certainly they use them in training as well. They obviously feel very comfortable in them. And forward now with Young-jin. Now to Byung-ju. Byung-ju putting one over the top to Seon-hung. Keeps it in play nicely. Winterburn is on, right on beside him. And another corner, the fourth corner of the match, this time to South Korea on the right side.
The humidity is going to be telling on these English players. And it's up to the Koreans now if they can press the issue and perhaps get themselves back on level terms.
Well, this one's going to swing out a little bit. And, oh, a good effort! Oh, that was a super chance there. And Ju-sung, Kim Ju-sung, he moved into a great position. He's not noted as a great header of the ball. He scored a couple of good goals with his head, but he certainly wasn't policed there, and that ball was not too far off the Arsenal goal. Kim Jusung. Let's just see if we can take a look at that again. Here we come with the window from the far end. And up, there he goes, good position, and look at that, not too far away, 1 meter away. Sprayed wide, this time to Sang Bo. Sang Bo moves it forward, Byung-ju. Oh, what a mistake there, and this time we see a forward movement by Tony Adams. Rocastle's there, Adams moving forward, he's got to stay on side. That's a good ball. Oh, Adams couldn't quite control that. He was a little bit worried about the fact that he was in an offside position, then came back, found a good position, couldn't control it, but doubling up in defence is Michael Thomas, now taking Adams' place as he comes back. Now Jusung in possession. Dispossessed by Adams, and Kevin Campbell now comes away. Terry Groves. Winterburn. Smith trying to find a little bit of space down the left flank. Groves takes it on, Winterburn takes it on. Back to Adams, squared to O'Leary. And now with Lee Dixon. That's a good run. Smith finds some space on the right. Turns beautifully inside. He's going to crack one. Oh, unlucky. Michael Thomas moving forward there, looking for some space. Wide ball, but Winterburn reads it well. Terry Groves. Winterburn overlapping. Groves now moving forward. There's a chance. Campbell shoots, and that's well taken by Choi In-young. But that brought some cheers and claps from the crowd. Nice play there. Good run by Groves. Let's have a look at it again. Fabulous pass. Campbell comes in, checks, didn't quite get enough power behind it, but covered well by In-young. And although the crowd get a little bit impatient for some action, when it comes fast and furiously, and invariably, inevitably, Arsenal get on target.
Well, it's interesting to see that Arsenal are playing an intelligent game here. A lot of people would suspect that they'll be pulling punches, but they're holding a chance here for South Korea as they go through, and Lukic comes off his line to narrow the angle, but up goes the flag.
Offside, yeah. And Jusung just being spoken to by the referee there for a time-wasting tactic, but he put the ball in the back of it.
Well, like I was saying, John, a lot of people think that Arsenal will be pulling punches, but they're just actually conserving energy and putting on the pace at the right time, where it matters most, in the attacking third of the field. That's the score at the moment. 1 to Arsenal, nothing to South Korea.
Castle turns well, Smith picks it up, and it's out of play. Myung-bo plays it inside. Young-rok. Now with Kyun-hun. Now Kim Jusung. Dixon. Jusung still in possession. And a corner is given. That's certainly the most interesting battle tonight. Jusung going to take the corner kick himself. Away and lifted up, and that was O'Leary who just did a little bicycle kick there, but held his thigh as a result. Now, I don't know whether or not that is going to be just a little twinge. He's still bending down. I don't know whether he didn't warm up well enough, but certainly he's had a chance to play this ball. As Thomas comes forward, oh, that's just not quite in the path of Campbell. Korean bench again. Alan Smith trying to avoid the offside trap as Campbell moves forward. There he's avoided it there. chance. Oh, and that wasn't too far away. That's a corner.
Well, Smith is certainly proving why Robson shouldn't overlook his services for the England side in Italy next month. What a cracker, almost dipping into the back of the net.
Well, he did well before that because he got away from his man. It was some good illusion tactics there. He managed to get into an offside position and then come back off that. We'll see that near post. Cross, chances here, and another goal! Oh, no! I got a little bit anxious. But,
Adams there.
Yes, Tony Adams came up. But that certainly looked as if it was going to be converted there. The ball crossed by Paul Davis from the right side. It was well forward, and oh well, it could well have been converted. Good effort. Referee looking at his watch, and his first half of the Caltex Cup seems to be testing each other out. We've now got the floodlighting on, and that's be interesting, a fraction cooler perhaps, but the South Koreans need to get this ball into the danger zone. Now they cross it. Ju-sung goes up, lays it off well, and took it well. Was Iwan back in again. Oh, that wasn't so far away. My goodness, look at that. Well, Lee Young-jin over the top. Let's just have a look at this one. First time cross. Dixon can't get there. Oh, and a super attempt. That could easily have been the equaliser. Thomas gets up well. Ju-sung, but Thomas once more. Well, shaped up as if he was going to get away with that, and then push the ball into no man's land when he found the pressure by Ju-sung. So it's a corner, the 6th corner for South Korea. Well, they've managed to get into good positions to attempt this, the head on goal, and Lukic won't have any trouble with that. What they lack in height, they make up for in basically in speed inside that box, but Lukic in no hurry to get rid of this ball with very little time left in this first half. And that is the half-time whistle. Well, Arsenal leading South Korea by 1-0. I think that's just about where it stands, because the South Koreans started with a great deal of determination, speed. They have really not managed to get through on many occasions, but the one major chance that Arsenal have had, they have managed to convert. It was Rocastle found some space down on the right flank, and it was a super cross. It was on the ground. It looked as if it was going to be cut out, but Alan Smith came in with fabulous timing of the run, great timing of the shot, and made the score in the 32nd minute of the first half. Arsenal 1, South Korea 0. Okay, well, we saw George Graham there in interview, and such a lovely man he is too. It's not easy being a manager of a top team. Even when you're successful, they're still under a lot of pressure. And of course, you only got to lose a couple of times, and people really put you under pressure. But they've won every season since he was manager. They have won some kind of trophy. Either the Makita Trophy, they beat Liverpool in the 88-89 season 1-0. They beat Glasgow Rangers in what was the equivalent of the British Cup, 2-1. Now Quinn and Paul Davis scored that one. That was December. Their average home crowd is 35,000. Can you imagine that, over the number of games that they play? Here we are, then the start of the second half. And South Korea, left to right on the screen, 45 minutes left in this match, because even if it's a draw at the end, we're only going to get a penalty shootout to decide. We're not going to get any extra time. So both teams can now go all out, flat out. They know what they've got to do. South Korea have got to come forward and attack if they want to win this. And the Arsenal team are going to do perhaps a containing job, but I'm sure that they'll be looking for improving their scoreline as well. Here's the first corner of the second half. And running over to take it there is Gu Sangbom. Very proud team, the Arsenal team. They celebrated their 100 years just a couple of years ago. 100 years of soccer. And they have a fabulous videotape as well of 100 years of soccer. Now the Koreans pressing forward. Nice, well, in fact, offside there. Good offside trap set up and taken. Winterburn on this side. There's Perry Groves, and trotting past him is Park Kyung-hoon. Winterburn on the left here, and Groves chips it forward. Looking for Smith. Smith does well. And the play, look, the anxiety of the Koreans. They want to get on with this. Kyung-hoon moves that ball inside to Seon-hong. And Michael Thomas tidies up well. Now into Paul Davis. Rocastle's in front, and out on the right is Lee Dixon. O'Leary. And the Arsenal players quite happy just to play it around once they get at the back there, looking for some space. It's it doesn't attract applause from the crowd, but looking now for trying to create a few gaps in the middle of the park. The idea, of course, being that if they can release a couple of players in the middle, then the likes of Davis and Thomas might be able to, and Rocastle can find a bit of space. And in fact, that is how they managed to score their first goal, with Rocastle on the right.
It'll be interesting to see if Arsenal can hold out in this second 45 minutes, especially with the humidity getting to most of their players. And the Koreans will come running at them right now. They are pretty used to the weather here in Singapore.
Oh, that's a lovely little touch, but nicely intercepted by the skipper, Tony Adams. And now we get another break, and it's Rocastle again. This time he's held up. Back to Lee Dixon. Yeah, you mentioned the weather, and in fact, quite rightly, you say that the South Koreans are used to these conditions, in as much as that they've played here quite often, Brian. But when I went up to do some negotiations with the team and with the management in Seoul in February, it was temperatures of -15 centigrade, and I managed to get a day skiing in. So that's a good turn by Perry Groves. Is he going to get the cross in? He does. Chances here. Oh, well taken. Still possibilities. Michael Thomas, no, they don't take the shot. And now the quick break, perhaps, for the Koreans. Excitement already in the air. Adams goes across and beautifully puts that ball out of danger. Superb cover there by Tony Adams. He had the confidence to go forward, knowing that O'Leary and Dixon were there and Winterburn back behind him. But it does get incredibly cold. In fact, they have to have a winter break season. That's when they went to Malta for one of the tournaments, played against Norway over there, and then went to Iraq and Egypt and Spain. They did that during the winter break. Good work there from Davis, intercepts well. He's got to hold it up and bring it back. Dixon. Rocastle is on his right. Thomas. Well, should have been a touch into an Arsenal player now coming forward. Well, that's a nice little play if he can keep it in. He does. That's good stuff. Okay, chances here for South Korea as they come forward. Over the top. Still in possession. And Adams, no ceremony there as he gives away the corner. But that was a nice overlapping run.
Arsenal was certainly under pressure there, John. Tremendous pressure as the Koreans composed themselves, and that lovely through ball and the breakthrough on the left flank with the cross coming in, that certainly had the Arsenal defence spread-eagled for the moment.
Well, they tipped it away from the danger zone and then cleared it completely, but now we have a corner, and Lukic is not bothered by that. He's played a super season for Arsenal. George Graham very, very happy with his keeper at the moment. Smith touches it off and only finds Kim Joo-sung. Oh, that's a long ball. Good, nice taken on the chest. No, out of play. He was a substitute at half-time, so we're just trying to check out through the list to see who is replaced. Joo-sung. Winterburn does well, great skills. Holds it up, he's got a little bit of trouble here. Perry Groves helps out, but in fact it's out of play. You've got to look about. There's the danger man, Joo-sung. Well, almost through the legs of Tony Adams. He's still got possession, plays it well. And eventually cleared by David O'Leary. Smith is now up front. He's climbed on. Campbell takes it quickly inside to Davis. Davis has got Rocastle outside, and Dixon, he plays it square to. Thomas is on the right. Dixon tries one. No. Not a great deal to say about that. There he is, Lee Dixon. Oh, and the chance here, and a penalty, no? Is it being given? It's certainly the referee has blown, but Kim Joo-sung has given a well, in fact, it is a penalty. A penalty has been given. Well, let's just have a look at that. Perry Groves, a wry smile from him. Lee Dixon, and we see, let's have a look at it. Well, he was certainly held up there, but I can't believe that that offence took place inside the area, but there we are. Mr. Kunalan gives the penalty to South Korea. Well, you have to take everything the officials give you, of course, because they are the officials, FIFA referees. And now we're going to see Lukic in action. It looks as if we've got Byung-Ju on the ball at the moment. Byung-Ju. Lukic, 6'4". Wonder whether he's going to guess this one right. It's 1-0 at the moment. Chance here for South Korea. And the goal. A goal for South Korea. They level it up. 1-1. Kim Joo-sung. Kim Joo-sung was fouled. But I think if we have a look at the replay again, if we have that chance, well, we'll see the penalty first. The arms akimbo, but wrong way and straight down through the middle. A little bit of a gamble there by Byung-Ju. Well, I don't know whether we can look at that one again, but there you can see Arsenal 1, South Korea 1, and the penalty given. And that was the 13th minute of the second half. Well, a few smiles there, and I'm sure that they'll be very pleased with the scoreline, and it's now a big game for Arsenal to pull out. They were striding well, strolling well. I'm sure that will that incident will go back into the dressing rooms and will be reported elsewhere around the world. Rocastle fouls.
Well, confirmation, John. The change in this Korean side, Hwang Bo-kwan, comes in place of Chung Hae-won, number 8. And looking at that penalty situation, there was no way that foul was committed in the box. It was outside of the box, and of course, Ju Sung took advantage and took a dive the moment he saw that he was running into the box. But of course, the referee hasn't got the opportunity of a TV replay to make his decision.
Okay, well, there's certainly some urgency now in this Arsenal team. They need to get another goal back in the bag, and I'm sure they'll be pulling out all the stops to do so. Michael Thomas moves it forward to Davis. Davis trying to get... Oh, and he's fouled, this time by Hyung-bo. We've got a few fouls now. It's livening up the scene, let's put it that way. Rocastle wide on the right. Crosses well on the far post to Smith. Well, and that wasn't a very convincing punch-out by Choi In-young. But he was under a bit of pressure there. Smith was coming in. It was a good cross. And we certainly look at the difference in height there. Alan Smith up. Oh, and a chance that that was knocked on by Kevin Campbell. And out for a goal kick. And I'm sure that the Koreans were fairly happy with this situation at the moment. In fact, more than happy. Having pulled it back to 1-1. Arsenal, I think, will be snapped into some kind of life now. There's definitely more of an urgency about their play. O'Leary, there he is. Tidies everything up at the back. Now Korea now saying, you better come and get it.
I'd like to see the teams going for a winning goal before time's up, as opposed to playing to a diplomatic draw.
Dixon finds Smith. Bocastle turns well. Nice play. Oh, in fact, Smith was attempting to lay that one off, doesn't manage it. Now coming into the action, we have Gang Sun. Paul Davis looking for Terry Groves. Oh, it's a return and a penalty, is it? Well, well, Terry Groves is going to ask the referee, sir, excuse me, sir. Yes, you gave one just now. Why can't I have one? Well, he certainly, he was policed very closely, Brian. I think that's the term, isn't it?
Yes, that's right.
Terry Groves now, he can hit them. Oh, great shot! Oh, well, that wasn't too far away. He turned, he didn't have to look where the goal was, he knew it. That's a sign of a professional. He knew where those posts were. Let's have a look at this. You won't give me a penalty, I'll shoot from outside, sir. There you go. And that was curling, believe me. Well, it was just a little bit higher than perhaps we thought, maybe a metre over the bar, but struck it well. Brought the crowd to life. Offside. But well won in the air by the Koreans. That was Hwang Sung-hung against Tony Adams. Just for this match, because it is not an official international fixture, there's a negotiated 4 substitutes plus the goalkeeper. So they can use up to 4, and the 4 plus the goalkeeper warming up for Arsenal. Well, here's a great opportunity for South Korea. Got to give it. Oh, that ball, has it gone a little bit too far? Out of play. Oh, unlucky. Unlucky. That was Wang Bo-Kwan chasing that, but that ball just a little bit too far. You don't get too many opportunities. And that was a chance of 3 on 2. Arsenal ball. Well, they certainly haven't been overawed by this Arsenal team. Dixon now driving, and physically, although there's... Oh, that's a lovely dummy! Beautiful play here! And yes, he's got... Oh, and a great save. Great save, or is it a penalty? It is a penalty. A penalty has been given. Well, Choi In-young can't believe it. Choi In-young can't believe it. And that was a fabulous run, and a yellow card for In-young. He must have said something to the referee. Let's just have a look at this. What a fabulous dummy by Rocastle. Paul Davis driving in, showing fabulous skills on the outside. Oh yes, in fact it was a penalty. Yes indeed, absolutely no doubt about that. He took his legs, and a great piece of play there by Arsenal, initiated there by a run from Davis with a dummy from Rocastle, and a penalty it will be.
Dixon started the run, John, and he drove into full gear before releasing that ball into the path of Rocastle, who dummied the ball very, very nicely for Paul Davis.
You just saw Choi In-young. I don't think those two circles were meant to say that's okay, ref. I think that was, you need some glasses, but there's absolutely no doubt from our point of view that those legs were taken. Well, Lee Dixon on the ball. Arsenal to go 2-1 ahead. They do. There you go, and you can see the Arsenal players are delighted with that. They want to win this game.
Well, Dixon has certainly kept a marvelous game today with that penalty goal, which, in fact, a move which he began, and Dixon certainly has impressed me in this encounter against South Korea.
There you go, that was in the 29th minute of the second half, and Arsenal back in the lead, 2-1. 2 penalties in the match, and excitement here with just about 16 minutes left to go. Well, that was great play by Dixon. There you can see the goal. Sorry, I was having a look at the live action here. In fact, we've got lots of live action as one of the Arsenal players goes down to the ground. I think that is Dixon that has been put down on the ground, and the England manager won't be too happy to see that. Well, everybody's saying let's have a look at the penalty attempt here. Dixon doesn't take any time. Well, in fact, Choi In-young guessed well. He got the side, but couldn't quite get the distance. Well, excitement aplenty in this first Caltex Cup, 1990. The best of Asia. One of the top teams, certainly the best last year in England. And we've got lots of excitement here at the National Stadium. There's a good cross, a chance! Oh, what a great save by Lukic! Super save by John Lukic, and that's why George Graham rates him as one of the best keepers in UK at the moment. That was a fabulous piece of play there. Let's have a look at it. Good cross, hooked well, look at that. Oh, yes, that would have been a fabulous goal. That from Hwang Seong-hong. End-to-end action at the moment. Alan Smith now. Back to Dixon. And nicely picked up by the Koreans. Inside is Ju Sung. Oh, lovely touch. Good touch as Korea come forward again. 3-on-2. Let's see the speed now, and good interception by Winterburn. Groves still going. Still going with Winterburn. Whoops, lots of legs and arms. Tremendous amount of urgency in the midfield, and in fact, Arsenal have the ball. Here you can see a lovely cutaway there of the Arsenal supporters. The Koreans have really got to do some pressing. There's a run from the middle and a lovely little pass to Ju Sung, and once again here Korea with a chance, held out, oh, and that ball just bubbled a little bit high for Seon Hong. He's had a couple of chances, he put one on target, and that one he should have taken more advantage of. It just kept a little bit, it bubbled just in front of him. I think it went a little bit behind him as well, as Adams cleared it, and then, oh my goodness, he should have had that one on target. Chance there for South Korea to level it, and some anxious moments in the Arsenal defence, but you can see they managed to escape. And you can hear the Arsenal bench there shouting instructions. Smith picks it up well under pressure. Thomas touches into Rocastle. Terry Groves has got to run down the left flank. And Campbell is in the centre. Perry Groves, oh, what a great shot. And a good save, one-handed save there. Let's have a look at this one. There, the crowd enjoyed that bit of action. But Campbell was on the far post, and he's telling him so, that we can't complain at this. You can't score goals unless you shoot. Look at this, on the edge of the box. One, ooh, great save, super save. And a corner.
Well, it's good to see that good football is well appreciated here. The fans certainly enjoyed that, showing their appreciation by a nice round of applause as Groves now goes up to take this corner for Arsenal.
It's one of the problems that we always find, really, in local football as much as anything, that the shoot on sight is a very, very important thing. Here's a chance for Arsenal. Davis, Chill with a chance! Oh, and that was a good turn, I think, by Campbell. Now the break. Out come the Koreans, 3-on-3. Here's a chance for Ju Sung. He's got speed. Played inside again. He's going to run offside. Oh, and look at this. And out of play. It could be a goal kick. Well, it's in fact come for a corner. Corner ball. But that really should have been a definite opportunity there to the South Koreans that they could have snapped up. They didn't. It's now a corner. Ju Sung really working hard near post, but Lukic there comes and takes it out of any danger zone. Well, once again, the crowd really enjoyed that breakaway. Well, the 45 minutes are up. The referee has looked at his whistle once. We've had a few injuries, so time added on for stoppages. Koreans coming forward, looking for that final breakthrough, but Adams is high and solid, and a chance here. And right on the edge of the box, well, in fact, a couple of meters away, the last opportunity perhaps for the Koreans to level this. This is going to be a difficult free kick for the Arsenal defence. I'm sure they've been here many times over the season. Look at this, they're enjoying themselves, having a wonderful time here at the National Stadium. And an enormous number of expatriate British community in the crowd, particularly, of course, but a lot of the local fans enjoying themselves. Look at this wall. Every single Arsenal player back inside the box. Is Ju Sung on it? No, he's going to leave it. Into the wall. And was that... Oh, it's a penalty. Oh, no. Goodness me. Is it?
I think it's...
No, is it outside the box?
That's right. It's got to be retaken, John.
Oh, he's giving it again. Well, he wasn't 10 metres. I thought that, in fact, that ball came off an arm, but let's just have a look at this again. Well, the referee wants some attention here from... Let's have a look again. Inching forward, Terry Groves. It touched the elbow, but he's being... the ball is being placed outside the box once more because Groves moved forward before the kick was taken. Once again, the great wall of Arsenal. Chances into the wall once again, and that probably will be the last opportunity for South Korea in this first Caltex Cup. There's Ju-sung, gets round his man. Can he cross it? He does beautifully, but it's out of play. The linesman flag was raised. He did well to get round that.
These Koreans certainly have got a lot of pace, John, especially players like Ju-sung.
Oh yeah, they have a great natural flair, natural talent. They're all 11 seconds for the 100 meters, and that is the final whistle. And there are the celebrations among the Gottshall fans, the Arsenal fans, and that really has been a very, very entertaining first Caltex Cup. It started out slowly. In the first half, we had a little bit of cat and mouse play. Arsenal took great advantage of the one opportunity they had. They, with Rocastle and Smith teaming up, making it 1-0 in the first half. Then the incident in the second half, where the penalty was given against Ju-sung, controversial penalty. Arsenal there appreciating the crowd, saying thanks very much indeed, we've had a great time. And then with Davis going through with a fabulous piece of play, with Rocastle there giving the dummy, and we saw the goalkeeper penalised, in fact giving away another penalty, and that was it. Enough for Lee Dixon just to convert that. And we have Kim Ju-sung there right in shot. He must be disappointed with the result, but he's got to be very, very happy with his form, I would have thought, because he was at both ends of the field. He marshalled the middle, and he never ever gave up. That was a really fabulous performance by Kim Ju-sung, and some great performances too by the Arsenal players. They must be very pleased. They coped with the heat well, came through strongly towards the end. They would have liked to have scored another couple of goals. We saw some good shots on target, some great goalkeeping in fact from both goalkeepers. In Young knocked away a fabulous shot from Perry Groves, and John Lukic saved brilliantly from Hwang Seon-hong. Thank you, gentlemen. Now we've got a clear view, and here we have the victors, the captain of the Arsenal team, Tony Adams, homegrown. He's been with Arsenal since he was a trainee at 16 years old, and he's still a youngster, 23 years old. And there is the Caltex Cup to be held aloft by Tony Adams, the England and Arsenal player, and there it is. The Caltex Cup won 2-1 by Arsenal. Well, thank you very much indeed, Brian, and on behalf of everyone here, the SBC, and all those at the National Stadium, we return you to the studio, and have a very good evening.